Hello, my elegant dolphins. Hello, how are you?
Hello, hello, hello. I'm coming to you. We're coming to you with another episode of the Europur.
I like your outfit today. Like I really do. I'm not sure if you're like a serial killer or construction worker or just started to be passionate about bicycles.
Uh, we're gonna keep the mystery. Let's say I've done all of the above. I've worked in construction. I've delivered food. I also sold. I mean, actually, stole the food from my bag and then pretended that I didn't have it because when you bike a lot you get hungry and then you have to feed yourself because this company is not really very good with its workers and its employees. We have to do what we have to do.
So wait a minute. Let me get this right.
Do you
You've
have
like
any questions?
yes, I do. Yes, I do. So like you picked it up and then like you said that you didn't receive it like
No, no, there is another catch.
okay.
This I'm not saying that I've done this, but I've heard some people
No,
did
no,
it.
allegedly, obviously you've
Allegedly,
heard
yeah.
among your cyclist colleagues.
My peers, let's call them my
Your
peers.
peers.
Without being racist, they're not as white as me. So, uh we're gonna cut this. Anyway, actually I've heard from my peers that there is one thing that you can do if you're hungry, and then when you pick up from your restaurant and then you see that you have to bike for, I don't know, maybe 5 kilometers for maybe 1 to 2 euros, maybe it's better to keep it on your side, let's say it like this, and then you go to somewhere around the place that
Uh,
the actual customer lives. You pretend the intercom doesn't work, and then, well, I can't deliver the food. What should I do? And then the company's policy is to basically throw it in a bin, take a
allegedly.
picture.
So allegedly
Allegedly,
we
yeah,
we
yeah. You
don't
put
know
it on the
which.
bin. You put it on the bin. You take a picture, and then they confirm, and then you eat. Profit.
I see. Man, this is fucking I
You can't do
remember
it with
so I
McDonald's.
remember I remember like this one time, maybe like 3 weeks or a month ago or something. I opened up one of these, delivery apps. I'm not gonna mention the names. So I've opened it up
I'm sorry, I'm
and I
biking. I
was
have to
incredibly
keep
stupid, man.
hydrated.
And I've delivered it to a wrong address, like on like the other side of the town, actually.
Yeah.
And the guy is calling me, and I'm picking up. I'm like, oh, look, I'm around here. I'm like, because generally sometimes on my address, they're sending the drivers or the delivery guys behind the block, not on the
Yeah,
actual
yeah, yeah.
entrance. I'm like, are you behind the block? And he's like, yeah, yeah, I'm here. I can see some garbage containers. I'm like, that makes sense. Do you see like, like
I
an
have a lot of
entrance
garbage around me.
on the side of the block? Yeah, no, I mean it's a bit confusing because I'm not sure if this is the place. I'm like, let me check on the app because sometimes drivers get confused and that's okay. And I check and I'm like, oh right, you're on the other side of the town because I'm stupid. and and I'm telling him, look, I was stupid. I made a mistake. You can keep the food, man. And I swear to God, his question was like, is this like a scam or something? Are you trying to scam me? And I'm like, no, no, I
Yeah.
was just fucking stupid. Like, this is what happened. I picked up the wrong address. And he's like, you sure? I'm like, for fuck's sake, what the fuck do you need to do to actually confirm that? But now I understand. Maybe he was like, a bit sassy and he didn't want to put the food on the bin and then eat it after. Maybe that was the.
Yeah, probably. And then right now there are some other, let's say, security reasons that the those apps actually implemented. So actually, when you go up with the food at I don't know, the customer's place, they have to give you basically a pin number so that you can confirm
Yeah,
that
yeah,
you
yeah.
gave
But
him
not all
the.
of them.
No,
Not
no,
all
no,
of
no,
them.
no. Yeah, yeah. Well, some of them are very snide with their with their employees.
I mean, yeah, I
They
don't
don't
know.
want us to be fed. That's the real
I
reason.
don't know. I respect the delivery guys a lot, man.
Yeah,
Like,
me too, me too.
it can be it's fucking raining, it's the fucking apocalypse, second coming of Jesus, You see
Yeah.
all the fucking the gates of hell got open and you see all the
And
devils
they're on the
coming
and
around.
on their bikes.
They're basically fucking, you're like, okay, I can see Belzebut around, but still I'm a bit hungry. Maybe
Yeah.
I can get something. I respect them, man.
I actually had like when I did it. Basically, I haven't done it for a long while now. Well, and I did it in December and January, and then I had like a full on suit.
Okay.
Basically, I was dressed like a skier, but on a bike. Well, what can you do? And then a lot of people were asking me if I'm cold. I was like very, very hot. It was minus 10 degrees Celsius for people who don't know. Minus 10 outside, but when you bike, you get hot. So I was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
very sweaty, and people with like two jackets on. I was like, how are you sweaty? Well, let me tell you something. And then, yeah, yeah, I've got into a lot of,
Uh.
yeah, but it's actually kind of nice. I was doing it for basically biking because you can't do any money.
No,
Well,
it makes
you have
sense.
to. We have to. I mean, you have to. I don't know, bike like 12 to 16 hours to make ends meet. So
Jesus.
yeah, this was just a hobby for me. But well, I ate a burger one time, which I didn't pay, which was awesome.
No, no, no. Allegedly, you
No,
like.
no, 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 no. It was paid for me by somebody else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I
It was a
mean. Not the
gesture of goodwill.
Yeah, goodwill, well, forced goodwill, but goodwill nonetheless. Uh,
You know,
well,
do good things, and good things will come your way if you can make them
yes,
happen. So yeah.
yeah.
Uh, so
For this intro took a lot longer than we expected, but it was worth it. Go on. What do we have
so
in store
so
for today?
talking about goodwill, um, I will start with the next news. In short, we have in Berlin, we have a primary school that, because they have, let's say, their what's the term? Um, they have less occupancy than they could. And there is this problem with schools in Berlin, apparently, because the distribution, and it makes sense because different schools, they have different levels of occupancy. So they are
Also,
going to take some
overpopulation and
students.
underpopulation,
Yeah, I guess you can put it that way. So
like
they
the
will.
prison we had in.
The prison, yes, I looked for a follow up and I couldn't find any. I hope they're okay. I don't know.
Yeah, me too.
We don't know
Maybe
what
they
happened
didn't
there.
hold hands.
So they accepted, so this school in Berlin, from this particular district, they accepted students from another school from another district, but there is a bit of a catch here. So I'm gonna read the article to you, or parts of it. Yeah.
Go on.
Good. So let's see, where is it? It's here. So in Neukölln, I hope I'm putting that right. I'm saying that right. So the Tannenhof School needs a new location. So this is the school that's overoccupied, let's say. The students with addiction problems are to move into rooms into a primary school. So a parent representative expresses suspicions. So,
Well,
I mean, look, let me just So what happens is that you have this primary school, and they're in a position where they have to accept students from this addict school, but this addict school has adult students. Yeah. And I've been looking up, I'm like, what does it mean adult? Because the 18 is one thing, maybe
But
40 is
45,
another.
yeah.
Maybe that's a bit of a different thing. So apparently adults can be between 19 to 49. So God bless you. You don't know what you have in there. Anyway, so it says here that the declining students, and generally there is an imbalance in the occupancy in different schools, in different districts. It explains a bit of the context in the article. However, this district in particular plans to house additional students in the premises of Donaustrasse, which I believe is the street of this primary
Yeah,
school.
yeah.
This in turn is being met with resistance from parents and teachers at the elementary school because the plan is to accommodate adult students with addictions from the Tannenhof school there. And one parent says, I love it. He said, we would naturally be more open if it were for a different kind of program for children that was being offered at our school. Just maybe, said one of the parents. I'm not going to name his names, but his name is in the article. To the Morgan Post, he sees the mixing of adults and elementary school children as problematic, potentially. And many parents are also bothered by the fact that the class is for the 10.5 students. So let's say the addiction, but when I'm like, it might be a bit of a misunderstanding. So it's not like they have addictions right now. So that school is more for reintegration or post addiction kind of program.
Like
So let's
AA
say,
kind of thing.
yeah, basically, it's like, if you had an addiction and you're a teenager, obviously you lost maybe some years of your schooling. Yeah. So
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah,
school
yeah.
allows you to take again those classes and, they help with reintegration in society of this more or less. My understanding is that they're ex addicts. So obviously they're not addicts at the moment. But there
Thank
is
God they're not ex-cons.
there is a stigma around that, especially from these elementary schools parents, and yeah, it's also that they're also gonna the way they scheduled it, or the plan is to like have the classes at the same time for the elementary school kids and for the ex addicts as well. You know, so I guess they are going to mix up potentially a bit. Could be. They might have conversations that otherwise they might not have had. Um, who knows?
I'm just imagining the conversation that they could have.
So it's like there is this, in this article they're also talking about this on and off and back and forth around, parents saying they don't want these students at their school, and like the sort of the management and the municipality saying, look, we have to do it because blah blah and this and that, they're overoccupied, you're underoccupied, and it's actually like, we just need to basically provide some classes to these guys, like some physical classes, a physical place to have their classes. um yeah, this is one of the concerns, it seems. And
One of the concerns that they don't have a place, but the
But
other concern.
the thing is that in the same news outlet from Berlin, um, we also have, the bit of a student that actually goes to the ex-addict kind of class. Yeah.
Oh,
And
and
his
he has a
perspective,
statement.
yeah, basically he says, I just want to graduate. Like, fuck me. That's, I don't exactly care, but I want to graduate, which, I appreciate it. Like, it's
Yeah,
tough to deal with
it
addiction, and
it's a positive thing, but
yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah,
I
yeah.
just imagine the conversations that, let's say, the less fortunate guys will have with the primary school kids.
I'll tell you,
What
like,
are they gonna
so
learn? What are they gonna learn?
nah, but here is because so basically talking about just to finish with this, like, uh, with this guy from the, let's say, the ex addict school or whatever. He's 24, yeah,
Yeah,
and yeah, basically his perspective is that they're just going to class and um, they just want to finish school. And let me see if I can find here. Hmm. Yeah, so he says that the parents are right. So he's very reasonable. The parents are right. They don't know us, and then suddenly their children are supposed to share a school building with us. So far, I've only met good people here, and all the students are very focused. He's saying. Many don't even take a break. They just go out for a quick smoke. Makes sense. Depends on what they're smoking, I guess, but those
well,
are details. Uh, we only come here for class and then go straight home. There's absolutely no conflict here and no problem with drugs either, which I appreciate. Now, personally, because when reading this, I was like, I get the father that said that, that maybe they would have been more open. But there's two things maybe to consider here. Actually, maybe three.
maybe more, but okay.
First off, First off, be a bit more considerate. These guys, for whatever reason, they ended up in that position. Maybe it was because of a personal choice, or maybe because it was due to socio-economical kind of, the environment that led them in that
Peer
direction.
pressure and whatever.
Peer pressure, there's a lot of reasons. So not all of them, they just wanted to do the fucking drug, just because they were
Yeah.
like, it's, I guess, the psychology of addiction as well. But be a bit more compassionate. I mean, they're going to school, they're trying to rebuild their lives. Probably it's not the worst thing. And if you're positioning it in a good way, I think maybe your kids can learn something. These guys, maybe they fucked up at some point, but now they're trying to do the right thing. But then we're going to the second point. The second point, if I would have a kid in that school, would be, just if you have the chance, say hello. Maybe ask them how they ended up there. You're gonna learn something in life. You're gonna learn maybe how not to make those mistakes. Just maybe. Maybe you're gonna learn what things not to mix or who not to buy from. It's very important.
It's ultra important.
And then the fourth thing is, do they still have a dealer? That's also, it's not for you, but it's gonna help
for
our
for
family.
dad, for
It's
dad.
gonna it's gonna help the
My dad
family.
asked you something. Do you have any contacts? Let's say
Yeah,
maybe
Are you working
someone
as
that,
a contractor maybe of sorts in
yeah, a friend of another
are
friend
you
that
still
can help daddy
connected
with
with your
something.
ex-life? No.
Is
But
there
I think
something there in your phone? Maybe
I
that
think I
can
think yeah,
help.
that's their concern. Their concern, I believe, or one of them, is that their kids might end up having conversations with these guys, and not only that, but them themselves as parents, they have to explain some grown-up things to these kids. But I think it's an opportunity. I really think they should look at
Well,
it, and
it depends. It
yeah,
depends very much on how old are the primary school kids in terms of if they're like first to fourth grade, let's say
it's elementary, so I
elementary. So
suppose I
basically
suppose
before
they're
10
like
years old, yeah.
up to 10
Then
years old.
yeah, but they can learn very, very good how not to get caught doing drugs or how not to get caught stealing from your house to buy said drugs.
Yeah, and
Or
basically, don't steal from your parents to get drugs. Try to
yeah,
to
steal from other
run,
people basically so
scams
that you,
online. Maybe, who knows?
yeah, or just steal food from people. Anyway, basically they can learn a lot of things. we should
That's
not look at this particular incident, or let's say decision by the municipality, with a sore eye.
yeah, no,
Let's work together.
I
My
definitely
my
wouldn't.
my question is why, well, let's say there are ex addicts or whatever. Why did they pick the elementary school and not, let's say, high school? Because they have a lot of classes, right?
I
And
think it
then
has
they
something to
could
do with the
and then
logistic.
they could share a lot of information. With
I
the
think
10-year-old, you can't share any information.
I think it's risk management to some extent
Yeah,
and
probably.
logistics because the risk of actually, influencing a teenager into being into drugs.
Yeah, it's way higher than an
I think it's
elementary
way,
kid.
yeah, yeah. And teenagers, obviously, they would be all over the guys. Like they
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
I mean, it would be very hard to
Imagine the
graduate.
questions there. So how did you do it? How often did you
Yeah,
do it?
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
god.
And I
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
yeah, I really think in terms of parenting, I think it's a good opportunity for maybe the good parents to teach their kids about maybe teach them or give them some perspective on life.
Yeah, but it's a little strange if you want to learn. I mean, if you want to teach kids about drugs at such a tender age, I mean, you know how kids work. If you're gonna say they don't, I mean, you're not allowed to do something, they're gonna tend to do that something.
But if
And
you
then,
tell them if you're gonna do that, you're gonna end up like that.
like, giving the example, the bad example
Yeah,
perspective.
it's maybe a bit of a more. But I mean, I'm just
Yeah.
fucking around. Obviously,
Yeah, no. I know, but
they
just
wouldn't even
just
understand. How do you explain drugs to a kid, man?
I know a way. You go like that. Did you ever had chocolate? And they will say, yeah, 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 yeah. Times 10 or times 100. There you go.
I'm not
Easy.
sure, man. I'm not sure because you
For
know
them,
what?
chocolate is like God.
Yeah,
Like
but
if
that's the
they,
problem. That's the problem because you're enforcing the idea that this is better than chocolate 10 times. Like if you
at
get the
least.
chance.
Well, how can you explain it? How can you explain it? Well, it depends on the drug, allegedly. So
I
it
think
depends.
I think there has to be like a multi-angle type of approach.
Well, it depends on the fuckhead they're gonna talk to because.
I think first off, I think
Well,
you would need
let
to
me give you another perspective. Let's say you know how addiction works, and then how AA meetings you've seen. Well, if not seen, maybe had some
maybe
information about it.
participated.
Basically, when you go there, they're gonna put you on different levels of, let's say, your recovery from whatever you're dealing with.
Yeah, yeah.
So first is denial and everything like this. So you have levels to recover from, and then it depends on those ex addicts on which level are they at. Because if they're like the first level, when they're suspect and they could crack at any minute, you don't want those
But no,
persons, let's
I
say,
think they're
around
way
kids.
past that, man. I think they're way past that. I mean,
Well, let's
if
hope for Berlin kids.
if they're trying to rebuild their lives, I think they're way, way, way past that. But no, I was thinking, I was thinking of a multi-angle kind of approach. You can hire some of those. What are they called? Like pranksters. Like they help you with pranks, and you can start by having a prank. Doing a prank to your kid, just having some guys showing up in uniforms, like cops and stuff, and picking him up off the street, having some fake trial going on, and then you show up and you tell them, you see, this is what happens if you do cannabis.
Well, yeah, but you have to pay for therapy and trauma later on as a parent. So I don't know where you wanna do, where you wanna go with
So
this one.
I think that's a good question. How do you teach a 10 years old about the
What
risks
drugs are
of
about?
drugs and what they're on about? Like that they should stay away, because that's, you can't tell them they're bad, because it's gonna be why,
Yeah, but you can't tell them they're good
you
because
can't tell
the
them they're
same.
good either.
Yeah. Well, at least we have something to think about. And then, if anybody is watching this episode, sound in the comment and then tell us in like 3 to 4 sentences how can you explain a 10-year-old what drugs are and what are their effects. And would you put a negative or a positive spin on your explanation? Is that fine? And then on the next episode, if we remember, we're gonna come up with something, and then you're gonna see. Is that fair?
Yeah, that would be
That's
great. Really
great.
curious, how
That's
would people spin it? Like, how would you
that's why I suggested this, because we're just two fuckheads. Maybe
so I
we're
think I
gonna.
think we're getting to the bottom of it, actually, because I think, again, I think that's the issue. That's the actual issue with this. It's not that some ex-addicts are coming and having classes at the same time with your, 9 years old. It's, how do you explain it to him, in case, just in case, he might learn why they're there for.
Yeah. What they do and why are
What,
they
no, what they
used.
did, what they, yeah, man, yeah, yeah. I'm like, yeah. I think that's the
And
that's the
then
the
and
biggest issue.
then just the two fuckheads as we are, we can't explain to a 10-year-old what drugs are. I mean, I can't. I'm gonna speak for myself, but I just I wouldn't know where to begin with. Just go
I
with
think it
the.
depends on the kid a lot, man. Like, it depends, because
Yeah,
I'm
but it's
thinking,
a
how would
10-year
I?
old.
Yeah,
How
because
would
I'm
you?
like, how
You
I
have
would
to
have
do analogies. How can you do
Yeah,
an
yeah.
analogy? Let's take, I don't know. Let's take I don't know, pot. Let's take marijuana for example. How can you explain the feeling and everything to a 10-year-old that never had that feeling ever, without any other thing? Exactly my point. That's why I need some people to actually reply to this episode.
Fuck. I don't know.
You
I think I
see?
was lucky, because, like, my brother raising him up, he was a good kid, like, really, really good kid. But I didn't talk to him about drugs. I didn't have to. I, like, you know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah, I
didn't.
know. Yeah, but given the
So
given the situation in Berlin, basically you have to, because
yeah,
they're
yeah, yeah.
gonna mix the kids with the ex addicts and God knows what they were addicted to. So you know there is a
That's a
fine
fucked
line.
up one. It would be a good one if, we have any listeners that they would help with some
Maybe
perspective.
Dolph Lundgren actually lives.
Dolph Lundgren, man.
Yeah,
You
I don't
take
know.
drug. You take drug, we beat you.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyway, moving on.
Moving on, because we talked about schools and everything, uh, we have to go to Austria now. Well, we've been to Berlin, so we're gonna go to another German-speaking country, and then we have a gentleman that was just simply trying to play something. Let me get through the article, and then I'll let you have the first say. So the title goes like this: is because he wasn't allowed to play. Men started a fire. It was
Okay.
simple as that. But then when you get to the whole article, the basically it says a bit more. So and I swear to God, whoever who wrote this article was just fucking around because at the start of the article it begins with what began as a pleasant Sunday afternoon and in September or something like this with a devastating arson attack. Basically was like telling a story, like once upon a time kind of shit, but it was a pleasant Sunday afternoon.
So wait, so this happened like last September, but they only got
Yeah,
to
yeah,
the
yeah.
bottom of the whole case
Yeah,
right now?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
Basically, It's an article about a thing that happened last year, basically, because in September is gonna be a year. But it's published May 20.
Which is like
It,
12 months.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then
Which
the
is like
article was published yesterday.
365 days.
Yeah, very journalism. So the story goes. I'm gonna oversimplifying it because there's not a lot of details. I wanna
Okay.
hear more details about it, but it's fucking insane. Basically, what it's a small group of people actually plan to meet in a school in Klagenfurt just to play chess. And then
Okay.
this guy shows up. He was a years old. He's just an acquaintance, like a friend of them. And then he was asking to play. I want to play too. And then basically they didn't want him there. They was like, no, bro, you can't play with us chess. And then what he did, he set fire to the room where the group was playing.
What the fuck?
It's like, well,
My
you're not
man.
gonna let me play with the wooden thing. Well, the wooden thing it's gonna catch fire now. Simple as that. Why? Why? And
But it's
then
fucking chess. That's what gets me, because it's not like they were gathering to play some poker or whatever, like maybe something that's like chess. I think it's very
it's
like
like very
it's
friendly.
no, I mean, I think like it's an amazing game, and like strategy and intelligence wise, I think it's amazing. But the type of people playing chess, I don't see them
Are not
as
violent.
arsonists. As
Or
arsonists are vile and general, you know. It's not like I'm looking, into a park. I can see some guys playing chess, and I'm like, man, maybe I shouldn't stare. You know, who knows?
yeah,
I might get both
you
my
have to
wrists
rethink.
broken.
You have to rethink your choices now where you stare in the park. But as I told you, the person that actually wrote this article, I think he was fucking around because after that beginning, well, uh, pleasant Sunday afternoon, and then later in the article it says that the consequences were horrific. People were burning, and the victims
Jesus
fled
fucking
the
Christ!
burning building like human torches. Like, come on,
What the
bro,
fuck?
keep the same energy, man.
Jesus fucking Christ!
And and then he didn't stop there. He also alleged to physically assaulted one of the fleeing victims.
You in particular, you didn't call me. You in particular, I know it was you. I know it was you.
Imagine being
What
54
the
and then
fuck?
just tearing down a school with fire because they didn't let you play and they didn't let you play chess.
Chess, man.
Jesus Christ. Uh,
What the fuck, my man?
oh my god. And then there is
I
at
suppose they
the
sentenced him. They had to, they had to.
basically it says here that even the court appointed psychiatrists couldn't explain the defendant's behavior according to the psychiatrist. The defendant the defendant claimed the act was just for fun.
What the fuck, man?
However, the majority of the jury didn't see it that way. Well, can you guess how much he got in prison for for taking it on his friends
Man,
by
I
by
like.
giving them fire?
I guess, but you're saying that there were people on fire running around, so I think
Yeah, yeah,
there was some, serious damage that was done. So I don't
yeah,
know, 3 to 5 years
yeah.
at least.
So the verdict is not yet legally binding, but
Okay,
it was 15 years.
15 years. That's
15
great.
years in prison for it was just for fun.
Just I hope they don't have chess tables on the prison there.
Imagine what they can do. What he can do in a
He's
prison.
he's gonna
But
he's gonna
imagine the
occupy that
conversations.
confinement cell a lot.
Imagine the conversation that he's gonna have in prison. Well, what did you get in for? Well, let me tell you. I wanted to play chess. And then just the other convicts, they're just kind of looking like this, like, well, you stabbed them? No, I set them on fire. Fucking hell, bro.
Good, you can
You're
sit with the
54
Latinos
and
now.
yeah.
Just
I was thinking about Austria as being one of the countries that basically like Switzerland, when nothing ever fucking happens. Like there are a bunch of people that don't do a lot of crazy shit. I don't know, because of their, I don't know, they're kind of German, and German people are pretty boring,
um
but
I
these
think
kind
I
of
think
things.
it's I think it's I don't know. I mean, it's stupid to generalize. But do you
Yeah,
remember
but
that
we do
case? I
it.
don't recall if he was German or if he was German or Austrian. Do you remember that case with that guy that basically kept his daughter in like underground, like under the house on a special kind of
Yeah,
like
yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah,
basement for like 24 years, and he was
yeah,
lovely and he was a great neighbor. And
yeah,
I
yeah.
think their kind of crazy is just a bit different than the Balkans, for example. The Balkans, they're just fucking rams. Whatever they see
Yeah,
red, I go boom, you know.
yeah,
But
yeah,
i
yeah, yeah.
think i think they're more,
There is more plotting involved in a German
yeah. And
speaking country.
I think they're quirkier. You know, if something goes off up here, it's definitely gonna be quirkier.
Oh my god. But this actually, just for fun, just it got me. It got to me. It was like, yeah,
No,
yeah,
because
I get it
I
now.
can only like. Did he say that? I suppose he said that in the court room. I
Yeah,
suppose.
yeah, yeah. So this is what the
So
defendant claimed as an
imagine
act.
fucking saying that in the courtroom. So you're looking at the number of years, some consequences, and he's like, "Nah,
Very big
bro, just having a good
consequences.
time, really."
I was just fucking around.
I swore on the Bible to say the truth. Truth been told, it was fun.
I can't lie to you guys. It was funny as fuck.
I don't know if they swear on the Bible or whatever in Austria, but still, Jesus
I
Christ.
think
You know,
they do. I
actually, it's
mean,
funny
I've
because
been
at some point, I looked at a lot of. I used to have this YouTube channel that I loved. I think it was called CGS Crime, I think. And basically, that guy was doing psychological analysis of interrogations of like suspects, or if they weren't suspects, it was known that by the end of it they were actually the ones that, the murderers or abductors or whatever they were.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So he was just analyzing the interrogation and different interrogation techniques, different sort of body language responses and this and that, and it was interesting. And at some point there was about this mass shooter from a school in the US, and he was pleading as being crazy, like, no, I'm crazy, like the voices told me, the whatever, the this and that, and the devils and so on. And basically he was showing up different examples of people that were actually clinically, either dementia or, I don't know, schizophrenia type of
yeah, yeah, yeah.
conditions. And he was showing the differences between this guy, and always the main difference between a guy being crazy and doing something, fucked, but
Yeah,
because he had a condition, and one that was just pleading to, that he's crazy, the voices told him, and so on.
yeah,
Almost always in those cases, it was the consequences. The ones that actually are crazy and they have a condition, they don't give a fuck about the consequences, man. And I remember there was this one guy, he was like 25 or whatever, and he killed his roommate. But not only did he kill him, he took him off skirts outside of the town, he buried him, and so on. And he was, man, I swear to God, he was so calm. And the sheriff that interrogated him was like, you could tell from his voice, he was like, what the fuck, you're not even defending yourself. That
Yeah,
guy
yeah,
was
yeah.
diagnosed with schizophrenia, and basically at some point during that conversation the sheriff asks him, so what do you think you deserve for what you told me? Because he described exactly what he did to that guy, how he murdered him, where he hid the body and everything. And the guy is just looking straight at him and he's like, the death sentence, sir. That's what I deserve. Man, no, like, no self preservation instinct, no nothing. And that's the difference. And there were a multitude of examples in that
Basically,
film.
no remorse whatsoever.
No remorse, but no remorse and no self preservation either, you know? And it's not like this guy saying, oh, the voices told me I don't deserve to go to prison. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. This guy, the way he said it,
Well, yeah.
seems
As you, s-
like, maybe
yeah,
like there's no preservation there. I fucking nuts.
and every time I hear one of those stories, I always think about that movie with James McAvoy, Split, I think it's called,
Yeah,
when
yeah,
he
yeah,
plays
yeah.
like, I don't know, maybe 15 characters in one, and when
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was
But
like,
that's
yeah,
impressive, yeah.
it was Patricia.
It was Patricia, yeah, man.
Yeah, I love that line, and then that's the only thing that I get into mind when people just acting like they were crazy. I was like, yeah, that's your other personality talking to you.
So yeah, Jesus Christ.
Okay,
Righty.
should I think you should go now.
Yeah, so moving on. I have one from Poland. I love it because last time when I looked in Poland, I was like, this is so fuck. This is not the Poland I used to know some years ago.
Yeah, I
Okay,
know.
this is not what the fuck. But now I found one which I like. It's still not like it's not a
Quite
hundred
there.
percent crazy, but it's there. It's starting to get better. It's healing.
Poland is healing.
So basically, there was a false alarm, and there was a 17-year-old who called 911 122, the emergency service, identifying himself as the Count of Monte Cristo. And the young man made up a dramatic story about losing his leg, and he called for help. So where is it here? So on Sunday, emergency services received a disturbing call. The caller identified himself as the Count of Monte Cristo and claimed to be in dire situation. He had allegedly lost a leg and his life was hanging by a thread. When the ambulance and patrol arrived, it quickly became clear that the call was completely false, and no one was there. So they kind of rightly got pissed off because
Well,
they
yeah.
wasted time on a false alarm instead, maybe wasting time or like helping someone that actually needs it. One of the two, depending on the work volume. Let's say. And the next day, the thing is that the next day, the Vegrov police, that's I hope I'm saying
Probably
it
the
right.
name of the town.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Received a new report. This time it concerned an incident when someone broke into a flower vending machine and stole two bouquets. Okay, so
The
officers,
count
so
need,
officer, so the Count of Monte Cristo was
needed
about to go
flowers.
on a date or maybe just seeing two friends. Who knows? Maybe it was a date. Maybe it was just meeting up two friends. God knows. But he sort of thought, ah, fuck, I spent so
Maybe
much
I
time in
forgot something.
as the Count of Monte Cristo, I spent so much time in prison and have all this wealth. Maybe I should break, into a flower vending machine and just get some flowers for my friends. So they took the cameras, they looked at the surveillance images, and yeah, they saw who the burglar was. which is a 17-year-old resident of Volumin County. And the teenager was arrested. It's still unclear why he did it. Uh, God knows, out of spite.
He
Like
needed
there
flowers.
was that line from the Count of Monte Cristo, but I'm not sure if it was. I believe it was just in the movie, not in the books, because like I've read the book like many years ago, and I think I lived with the impression that it was just in the movie back then, but not in the book. And it was something like, let fate ask fate to do its worst, because I will do mine. So maybe this
And then
guy, he
he
was on to
embodied,
something.
yeah, basically embodied the character.
He embodied
Everybody's
the
like,
character.
"Hey,
But
911, I lost a leg. Just kidding." And then I stole flowers. Just
so
kidding. Oh my
but what
god.
I love,
Now they caught me.
what I love is that this guy that gave so there is, I'm not exactly sure who this person is, so I believe it's connected to the police or the authorities. It says, I love the sense of humor here. I fucking love it. And said, thanks to the efficient actions of the Vegrov police, the count was charged with two counts,
Another
inciting
journalist fucking
unnecessary
around.
action by law enforcement and burglary. He faces up to 10 years in prison for these offenses.
Jesus.
Maybe he's gonna find, some old priest in there, gonna tell him about some old relic or some, location of a secret treasure. He's still getting into the character.
Yeah, yeah, probably, but the count has two counts now was a very good play on words.
Yeah, man.
Very good. A journalist that has
A good
another
sense of
fucking
humor.
around moment. Yeah,
A
yeah, yeah,
good
and then
sense
just
of
fucking
humor.
around. It's just I love when this happens. When you find something that doesn't really mean anything, is just a 17-year-old with some imagination. How can I fuck with the emergency services? Well, I found the coolest name on the book, the Count of Monte Cristo, which is a very cool name. You can't find a cooler name, basically. And then you just call them, hey, I lost a leg. Come help. And then I'm not there. So his imagination didn't go too far, if I'm honest. But the imagination was like, well, I lost a leg. There you go. And then I was like, yeah, how can I fuck with these people? Yeah, I'm gonna call the emergency services. And then the other act is just baffling me. Because if I mean, imagine this, you're 17, right? And then you're trying to, I don't know, impress a girl or your mother or whatever. Why would you steal two bouquets of flowers, not just one, so two? And then
No,
why
because
would
he
you
was
steal it?
meeting with two friends, so he wanted one for each.
Yeah, and then how dumb can you be to not think that those have cameras? Because you can pay with your card. You can. I mean, it's 2026, for God's sake.
Look,
So
in the Count of Monte Cristo, the book
yeah,
and the
they don't have
movies, because there's
POS. Yeah,
like
I
two
know.
or three movies now. I'm not sure
Yeah,
if
yeah, yeah.
there was a French one recently. I watched it, and man, it was so fucking good. I think it was released last year. Anyway, but they didn't have surveillance camera, so obviously, if he's the Count of
He
Monte
was.
Cristo, when he
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
escaped
He
off the
was in
island,
character.
you
Yeah, he
know,
was in character. Yeah, yeah,
they didn't
yeah.
get
Well,
him, and they didn't get him because they didn't have surveillance cameras on the island,
there you
so
go. Then, yeah, yeah. So he was basically he was acting, right? So he was an actor.
methodic acting.
Yeah, exactly. And then he forgot that we're in the 21st century. Well, no worries, Count. You're gonna face some prison now for stealing two flowers and gave a false alarm. Jesus fucking Christ. But I love this guy. I just love him. I mean, he has a lot of imagination, and well, it didn't go too far with it, but hopefully when he's gonna be like 18 or
I
25.
hope I hope he saw Shawshank Redemption because he's gonna need that character in prison.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, Jesus
Or
Christ.
Prison Break or whatever that is with.
Yeah, I think Prison Break is a bit early for him. Maybe
I
Shawshank
think I
Redemption is
think
a
I think he would have
bit
if
more doable.
I think he doesn't. What was the name of the character? Michael Schofield. I think it was
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Michael
From
Schofield.
Prison Break, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think. I think he doesn't have the intelligence of Michael Schofield, so I don't think
Well,
Prison Break is the is the
yeah,
echelon
it's
of it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And maybe
Endeavor.
not Shawshank Redemption. No, no, no. 'Cause that guy was smart too. So
That's a tough one. I don't know which prison character. Like maybe our watchers, our two guys that are actually watching us, maybe they can tell us in the comments which prison character might fit this guy the best given his intelligence.
Prison Break when that guy that stole the kid. I don't know his character's name.
Yeah,
The blonde guy that
yeah,
was
yeah,
walking
yeah,
with his
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, so probably that guy was like 17, 18-year old that got into trouble basically for stealing shit. So this is our guy. But that guy was actually good at stealing. This guy was just stealing flowers. Well, he's got to learn from somewhere. Jesus Christ. But dumb people are very funny. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what we're in for.
Yeah, yeah. I know that you're a speedster. You're a guy that likes to drive, maybe a bit over the limit, just for fun, for sport.
Allegedly, no.
Allegedly. You basically you you like to play racing games. Let's put it that way. But I
Allegedly.
have a 52-year old that it was kind of your vibe. So
Okay.
basically, this guy it covered over 40 speed cameras with stickers.
I get him.
And then
I get
and
him.
then after he was tried, basically the court said that, well, yeah, you did a bad thing, but you know what you need? You need therapy instead of jail. And that
So
was it.
he covered with stickers 40 like radar cameras. He
Yeah,
was
because this
caught.
story is from Switzerland, and
Okay.
Switzerland is known for its speed cameras. They're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
take a
yeah.
photo of you and everything, and you don't have to do
It's a
anything. It's
nightmare.
gonna,
That's a nightmare to
yeah,
me, I
it's
swear.
gonna show up like 1,000 euros at your home, kind
At
of.
night when I'm having nightmares, I'm dreaming of Switzerland highways.
Yeah, and there's atrocious. Yeah. So basically, this man had to answer in court for multiple counts of vandalism, including damage to speed cameras, mailboxes, and parking meters.
Okay.
And then he was sentenced to undergo therapy. But basically, what he did, and it was like 54 charges. So basically, he was doing the speed cameras with spray, like spray paint, or just stick and put a sticker basically right on the camera that saw you, and then 40 speed cameras, and it was in Zurich. So basically, it was like one of the biggest,
The
if not the
biggest
biggest
cities.
city in Switzerland. It was like, yeah, I get this guy because they're fucking very, very annoying, those cameras, but well, you have to keep the safety of the citizens and then charge people for 5 kilometers an hour over like 1,000 euros. But well, you have to do it. And then I was this is what they said. The accused did this to disable the traffic monitoring system.
Oh wow. No
Yeah.
shit.
then and then
Oh
was
wow, who would have
the
thought?
the the funniest thing is like therapy instead of imprisonment. So the man faced a total of 54 charges in court. In most cases, the Zurich city police and the city of Zurich itself suffered damage. In some instances, the man also damaged private property, including mailboxes and various buildings. He also sprayed graffiti on the wheels and windows of several vehicles parked there.
I don't
So
get the guy. Like, I'm
yeah, me
trying to
neither.
paint a picture, but I don't see it.
And he had a prior criminal record.
I don't get the guy. What could be up with this guy? Think let's.
And the thing is that they gave him like 2 years in prison, and then it says, however, the media report the sentence will be suspended in favor of therapy, and he also have to pay a fine of 2,000 Swiss francs, so
The
maybe like
fuck
a
is
thousand
that? Two
euros
thousand, like 2,000
Swiss.
more or less euros
Yeah,
for this
probably.
entire
Let me.
shenanigan.
Uh,
I
basic.
think it's
No,
around two
yeah,
thousand euros.
yeah,
It's
two
about
thousand
there.
and
The
yeah, two
it's
thousand
they're
euros.
pretty close in parity.
Yeah, I was like, man, okay. First of all, I get you with the speed cameras. They're annoying as fuck, and then I get you. When I
Yes.
bike, we don't have it here in Romania, but we have cameras, and then I was afraid of the police. Before I had this guy, I was afraid that police might actually stop me because I don't have a helmet. But then I saw other fellow bikers that didn't wear a helmet and police didn't give a shit. So I get it with the speed cameras. You want to get from A to B faster, and they're gonna take a picture of you, and then you have to pay maybe even more than he had to pay for the 54 charges, maybe more. And then, but I don't get the spray painting of walls, wheels, and
I think
windows of cars, or the damaging of mailboxes.
I
Why?
think I think the guy I think the guy was just hating the game, not just one player. He was hating both the sword and the shield. You know? I don't know.
I
I,
was like, come on, man. Why would you do that? Why? I mean, the mailboxes. What did they do wrong to you? The
wait, no,
mailboxes.
but think about it a bit, because like there's a couple of elements involved here. That's why I'm saying maybe he was actually like hating the game and try to sort of eliminate the entire game as much as he could out of the picture. Because in order to get a ticket, you need to drive a car or a vehicle. But in this case, let's say cars could be
Let's say
motorcycles,
cars.
could be mopeds, scooters, whatever it might be. But you need the vehicle, then you need the tools to sort of get you over speeding, and those are the radars. And then you
Yeah,
get the fine by
which
mailbox. He was hating the game, I'm telling you. Whatever
yeah, he was
triggered in his head,
eliminating everything.
he was
He was
eliminating all the items. Thank God he didn't kill someone, because cars they
no.
need drivers too. Or just sort of the guy is waking up in the morning, he's in his nice house in Zurich. He's getting out on the driveway, unlocking the car, beep, beep, going to the door, and then you have this guy coming out of the bushes and just sort of putting some spray on his face, just so he won't get identified.
Or you do that thing that Jeremy Clarkson did in one of Top Gears, when he had basically a mask,
A
and
mask.
whenever he got to a point where it was a radar, he was just pointing the mask.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't
That
know. I
was
don't
another
know.
thing to fluke the game. But well, this guy took it seriously and then just spray painted and destroyed basically 40 radars in the in the region of Zurich,
I
which
would I would have
I
expected. I would have, but I don't know how laws, like, I have no idea how laws work in Switzerland. If there's different legislation around different districts, or because I would have expected for those 40 to get like a massive fine and to have something like, endangering the whatever argument, like endangering the population because, maybe
Well,
drivers were driving like lunatics, they didn't get the consequences and so on. But
yeah, but I
2,000
think
euros, what the fuck?
yeah, because they only charged him for vandalism. Basically, I think they only had to replace though probably a piece of glass from those radars because he didn't actually destroy them. He just put stickers on
I
or
get
spray
it.
paint on it. I was like, yeah, that's why he didn't go to prison. They just recommended therapy.
But it's not like for example, if you wanna give look, I'm gonna be clear. I'm not giving advice here. Okay, just so we're
We don't
very,
condone this.
we're very, very, very clear here. But for example, if let's say you have a neighbor and you really kind of despise the guy, maybe you have a bit of a conflict, one of the things you can do is to just pour like oil, like motor oil, even sunflower oil, cooking oil, onto his brake pads, or onto his braking mechanism. Those brakes are gonna be fucked for a little while. So even if he's getting out of the driveway, he's gonna have some brakes, but eventually they're going to fade in maybe a couple of meters. So
Yeah,
there's gonna be a bit of an accident.
a bit.
Uh, so you can like it is the same here because you can come and say, "Oh, but all he did was to put some oil on the brakes." No biggie. You just have to replace, just get the wheels off, clean it a bit,
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
and squeaky. But like that's not the.
That's not the point. Yeah, I get it. I get it
I
now.
don't
But
get it, man. But I'm really
well,
curious. Like I'm really curious what the discussion with the therapist went. How it went. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Because they had a conversation with a psychiatrist or psychologist or someone that's
yeah, yeah.
authorized, and then they went and they said, "Yeah, no, look, don't send him to prison. It's bad. Just send him to therapy. Prison is not gonna help this guy. It's not gonna help any of us actually."
Maybe they were just rooting for him.
I'm,
Yeah,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm
Do that
afraid
more.
I'm afraid that if he goes to prison for a year or two, he might get out and he's gonna do 4,000 cameras when he gets back. He's very motivated.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, I love Europe with all its weirdness.
The old lady.
Yeah,
Very nice. I don't know. I don't know. God damn it. We're already at like the 1 hour mark. Should
yeah, yeah, yeah.
we should we stop
Let's
it?
go with one more. One
One
more.
more?
Yeah, yeah. One
Fuck.
more.
Let me see. I have a couple saved here. Like, okay. I'll go with one from Switzerland again, because I also found one in Switzerland, man. So in Switzerland, some guys at the border patrol. Uh, Actually, I think it's called Federal Office for Civil Protection and Disposal. Yeah, so they
Very
stopped the
official,
they
yeah.
stopped the truck that they suspected it was overweight, and indeed it was overweight by some 600 kilos. The problem is that they discovered in that truck 1.8 tons of French fries that were illegally brought into Switzerland. Man, 1.8 tons of fucking French fries illegally.
Oh my god.
And basically it was driven by a 30-year-old, and he entered Switzerland from France, and the unrefrigerated, am I saying, no, it's unrefrigerated, sorry, cargo
Yeah.
area, the officers discovered 1.8 tons, let's say, I mean, they give the exact numbers here,
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
frozen French fries. The import duties due on goods have not been paid.
Well,
So what the fuck are you doing with like?
at least smuggle some valuable shit, not frozen
At
French
least you know
fries.
talk to those guys in Berlin. You know maybe they have some better ideas at the
Yeah.
elementary school.
If you're
Like a
gonna
fucking
smuggle something,
smuggling French
if you're gonna
fries.
smuggle something, I always
Like
think about Pablo Escobar
I
when I
don't know
hear
how
smuggling
expensive
stories.
French fries are in Switzerland. So I'm
I
starting
I,
like I'm
I
trying to
highly doubt it.
because at
There's gonna
1.8
be
tons you
expensive.
must have buyers. You must have buyers waiting for you like you
Yeah, for
know
sure.
you're waiting for the hot water to come out on a cold day, of the pipe
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
when you're trying to have like a shower. So he had buyers, 1.8 tons. I don't know how much an average restaurant that sells French fries sells to. There must have been a couple of restaurants, that he was. But
yeah,
what
for
the
sure.
fuck? You mean to tell me that there is like a French fries? You heard about
French fry mafia.
basically smuggling people and smuggling drugs and illegal kind of materials and shit. But French fries, what the fuck?
But the thing is that if it was just 1.2 tons, it wouldn't have been stopped basically,
I mean,
because
there
they
was,
stopped him
yeah,
for
there was,
600 overweight,
yeah, yeah,
and it
yeah.
was like he was so close yet so far at the same time. And but the argument is still, why would you smuggle French fries?
I have no
Of all the
idea,
things
but
that you can do, all the things that you can smuggle. And then
I mean,
I
for
also
example, one of the options would be to stay fully legal and compliant. But if, let's say, you don't want to go
what I
down
said.
that path, why French
One of the
fries?
options. One of the options. Not all of them, but just one of the options. And let's say
Oh,
for this guy, that wasn't an option because he was trying to do something fishy. Well, something potatoey, if you like.
oh
But
wow.
then, yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I'm, I'm not that good with puns. But anyway, why would you do that with French fries? I get it that you're coming from France and then they would get the joke, even though French fries originated from Belgium. That's another
Yeah,
discussion.
there is that entire fucking
Yeah, yeah.
conflict.
And then, yeah, and then I was like, come on, maybe even fish is more expensive. And the fact that it was doing it in the unrefrigerated part of the
Exactly
truck,
that too, man.
it's
Exactly.
more insane. It's even more insane than carrying French fries illegally.
Exactly that
Jesus
as well,
Christ.
because it's like, I mean, we
Are you
all
trying
know.
to sell them or just fuck around? Because they're gonna go bad in like 2 hours if they're not refrigerated.
But imagine how desperate those restaurants or those buyers or whoever the fuck the buyers were. Imagine how desperate they were for these fries to get them no matter what, regardless of who delivered them, how they looked like, how they smell like. They didn't give a fuck. So I guess the question is, what the fuck is going on with French fries in Switzerland? Is
Yeah,
that
we have to get to the bottom of that. We have to investigate a bit more. If maybe they're
we have
expensive.
we
I don't
actually
know.
we will have to do some actual journalism.
Yeah, investigative journalism. Uh, maybe they're just very expensive. I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna assume that they're basically everything is expensive in Switzerland, as we all know. Uh, but then again, won't you want to do a little bit more money than French fries? Come on,
But I guess
it's just baffling me. It's
I
just
guess maybe
it.
maybe he's really smart, because maybe we're just too limited in our considerations. Because think about it, if you're looking at let's say we're having a bit of what's it called, the diagram. Let me look for it. Uh,
I'm just a biker. I don't
let me
know
just
what
no, no, no.
diagrams are
Let
you
me
talking
just
about.
the van, man. the Venn diagram. Yeah, so the Venn
Ah, okay, okay.
diagram is when two circles or three or whatever
Yeah,
different
yeah, yeah, I
areas
know,
they
I know.
sort of collide. So if we're looking at potato smuggling in terms of a Venn diagram, you're
Yeah,
looking at the money you can make, the
yeah.
risks associated, how easy it is to sell. And for this guy, this all three of them, they came together on the French fries. Meaning that he's making enough money, or this network could be a network, who knows?
Well,
This network is making enough money of smuggled French
French
fries that the
fries.
worth is, the risks, sorry, are worth enough that if they get caught, maybe they just pay fines instead of going to prison, but it's still profitable enough to actually smuggle it. You see, like, you have to
Yeah,
go
the mind.
multidimensional. You have to have a Venn diagram of illegal activity so it can actually make sense.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, it was a fun episode. And then if anybody actually got to this point, let us know what else would you smuggle with using my friend's Venn diagram into
The Venn
Switzerland.
diagram. So we have profitability. It has to be illegal, obviously. That's a it's a given.
Yeah.
But also, like, you have to have buyers, but also take the balance and into considerations the risks if you're getting caught. And if all of these four they kind of sort of, intertwine, what would you smuggle in your country?
Yeah.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Very important. It's allegedly.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and then we'll see you next time. Maybe with
Cases.
some other crazy news from Europe. And then if you'd
Yes.
like us to cover some news, just send it in one of our comments. And then if we deem it funny enough or crazy enough, we're going to follow it and then give us our perspective on it.
Yes. Thank you guys. Bye bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Peace.